Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome back to the Think Bigger Real Estate Show. I'm your host, Justin Stoddard, and I'm thrilled today to bring someone to you who's going to help you create a real estate legacy. He's done it himself. He's helping others do it. He can help you do it as well. He's going to lay out the blueprint of what that looks like. Before I fully introduce him, let me remind you that inside of the Think Bigger Real Estate group on Facebook, we take these topics that you're hearing and we invite you into the learning. We learn best when we engage in it, and that's what the group is for, is to take the topics of this podcast, this show, and drive them deep into your life so that you become the future self that you want to become. Back to today's guest. His name is Pat Hiban. Many of you know him as the founder of the very popular podcast that was kind of one of the very first things I listened to when I got into the industry, Real Estate Rockstars. He's also the author of 6 Steps to 7 Figures, this book that I absolutely loved. A more recent book, which is called Tribe of Millionaires, and talks about his path to surround himself with amazing people. He's done that through building the group Go-bundance. Maybe many of you have heard about that. There's also an opportunity to talk about a new group that he's created, Go-bundance Emerge, which is for the up-and-coming millionaires. Today's guest, with no further ado, his name is Pat Hiban. Pat, thanks for coming on the show today, my friend.
Thanks, Justin. Good to be here, buddy. Hopefully it'll come through clear. I'm on my way to Charlotte, North Carolina in the car. So, but I'm looking forward to digging deep with you, buddy.
I love it. I love it. I'm excited to have you here. And I know from someone who's pretty close to you, who said, hey, Pat takes his, like whatever he's doing at the moment, he takes it very seriously. And he's currently in a bit of a retirement mode, or he's taken a kind of some time to really focus on that. And maybe you can speak to that a little bit. That I would imagine that part of your success, Pat, has been just this unsatiable ability to focus on whatever it is that you're doing at that particular phase of life. Is that true?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, my goals, Justin, was always to be able to work from anywhere and just kind of be a guy that checks his emails and counts his money, so to speak. Kind of like looks at different spreadsheets and talks to a lawyer or a property manager or an accountant here and there. That was kind of always my vision, and that's kind of my reality now. That, and of course, Go-bundance. I'm a founder of Go-bundance with 3 other partners, and that's fastly growing. We're up to 380 members. Suddenly, COVID just took us to a whole new level as far as membership, and so that's always fun to do, and meeting new people through that. So 10 to 20 hours a week nowadays of my time. So that's kind of where I'm at.
So you've really taken, after selling over $1 billion in real estate, you've kind of taken, and maybe retirement isn't the right term, it's more kind of a different phase, maybe more of a legacy phase of your career. Is that maybe a better way to put it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So what I really want to get from you today, Pat, and again, I'm so appreciative of you being here, is if you were talking to an agent that had aspirations to not just build a great income and a great business in this industry, but to really create a legacy, to really create something that stood the test of time, that really impacted people in a much bigger way than just some zeros in their bank account. What's the blueprint that you would give to people? Like, what are some of the key things that maybe people don't know about you, or that maybe even those that are close to you know, that what guidance, what advice would you give to those that really want to create that?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think that, if you really want to create a legacy, here's the thing, there's millions of real estate agents, and unfortunately, most of them are the same, right? Unfortunately, most of them are, their career consists of sphere of influence referrals, and working with clients and giving them the best possible service, and having integrity, honesty, and knowledge, or some cliches like that. If you really want to have a legacy, I think you need to do something different. You have to do something in your market that's fascinating, something that no other agents are doing.
Pat, you're breaking up on us a little bit. Can you still hear me?
Other
Okay?
agents might want to say, but you got to think outside of the box.
Okay, very good.
Can you hear me?
Yep. I think it just got a little bit better. So what I'm hearing you say is don't just be a carbon copy of the agent down the hall, right? Don't just say, oh, hey, they had success, or this is what all real estate agents do, then I should do it too. But start to put some thought into both your value proposition as well as kind of the unique life that you want to have. Is that said
Yes,
accurately?
absolutely.
Now, again, you produced at a very high level for a long time, right? And then you got into some ownership. How important is it, you think, for agents to really take a look at kind of starting to build equity, whether it be through real estate investments, whether it be through the franchise model, stock options? Like, how important is it, you think, for people to really kind of take a look and say, like, I need to own, not just rent, right? But own assets.
Very important. Very important. Like, first of all, you're a false prophet if you sell real estate, but you don't invest in real estate yourself. You there, buddy?
Yeah. No, that's great. False prophet if you just sell and don't invest in real estate. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. So, I remember when I first got in business, there was a agent in my office who fizzbowed her house, and the broker fired her. And I totally understood that. I'm like, really? So, I mean, you should be an agent that's renting, or, you should always be an owner if you're going to, anything you sell, you should use yourself, right? So yeah. And of course, the majority of the really wealthy people in the world are real estate owners. They got rich through real estate. So, that's it's something that I recommend to everybody, and that's something that I did. I always bought houses, and then I just did the monopoly model where you sell your little greenhouses and turn them into big red hotels.
I think there's a massive credibility in someone's book when the foreword is written by Gary Keller and there's a testimonial by Barbara Corcoran. I'm looking here at your book, and one thing that Gary teaches is only sell the homes you don't buy, right? And I think that's kind of what you're saying is, like, it's really hard to be a great broker yourself of stuff that you don't actually believe in, or that you haven't situated your life and prioritize your life in such a way that you're an owner as well. It's good stuff, Pat. Talk to us a little bit about your group, Go-bundance and Go-bundance Emerge. How much of a part have these masterminds, these groups, benefited your ongoing rise, right? To where you weren't just one of those agents had a successful career and then kind of rode off into the sunset. Like, I feel like you're in a very robust chapter of your life now. 300 people are a part of, again, a paid mastermind, right? That's a serious business in and of itself. How much stock do you put into that group kind of forming your significant chapter, right? You've got your successful chapter where you wrote these impressive books, you produced at a high level. Now you're into the significant chapter, right? Where it's really about building legacy. How important is it for people to kind of be around those kinds of people?
Well, it's everything. It's everything. Like, if you read Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, I remember an interview that he did one time where they asked him, he said, this book is awesome and everything you have in this book, Think and Grow Rich, makes sense. But if you had to pick one thing that boiled down to why people succeed where others don't, what would that one thing be? And Napoleon Hill said, I'm not going to give you one, I'm going to give you two. And he said the first one is they quit too early, right? They're 10 feet from gold or whatever, and they stop digging. And the second thing is they fail to create an effective mastermind. And what he meant by that is they fail to surround themselves with people that are smarter than themselves, better than themselves, or people that can offer them advice and that they can take advice from. And Napoleon Hill himself had a mastermind with Henry Firestone, Henry Ford, some of the biggest, smartest people in the world, and so that's what happens, and that's what Go-bundance is. It's a huge mastermind. We have 380 guys that mastermind together and learn from each other. And we created Go-bundance Merge, which is basically the up-and-comers, the people that want to go from 0 to hero, people that want to become millionaires. We give tactical advice on specific things they need to do step by step to become a millionaire so they can become a member of Go-bundance. We've had close to 10 people from Go-bundance Merge, which is on, I'll give you a plug, GoBundanceEmerge.com, who have become members of Go-bundance, which means they became a millionaire, so they passed the litmus test to become a member of Go-bundance.
I love it. You almost have this succession plan, right? Start off at Go-bundance Emerge, become a millionaire, and then at that point you graduate up into the major leagues, up with the big boys.
Yes.
I love it. I want to talk about one other topic here that's been on my mind recently, Pat. I would imagine that at some point during your career you had a coach, right? And I separate this from the concept of masterminds, right? I do believe that those are kind of two separate purposes, even kind of two separate potentially functions. Do you believe in coaching? And if so, like, what do you think is broken with the current coaching models that are out there? Not that I want you to speak ill of it, but like if you were to improve upon the current coaching models that are out there, what would you do different?
Well, I think that, there's a couple aspects of coaching. Some coaching things are simply accountability, right? Did you make the number of calls? Did you do this much pop buys? Did you do these things? And I think that that's great for people that need accountability. Certainly there's people in life that are self-accountable, right? I mean, anybody that goes to the gym 3 days a week is accountable to themselves, right? So I don't think everybody needs a coach. I think coaching is good when you want to take yourself to another level. I think it's important that you get advice from someone on exactly. Again, I'll use the word tactical, not strategy, like cliches and things you're going to read in a book that you buy on Amazon, but like specifically tell me what to do every day that's going to take me, and specifically tell me what to stop doing in a real estate agent or a CEO's job, what to stop doing and have someone else do so that I get to that next level. I think coaches help with that. I think some agents are addicted to coaching where they feel like they need a coach and they always have a coach, and that's fine. It's not right or wrong. It is something you got to look at because it does become a large portion of your budget the more expensive the coaches become. And certainly masterminds can help take away from that need for coaching, right? If you go to, I don't care if you're a Keller Williams or Remax or you just go to the NAR convention, you're going to meet other agents, and you're going to meet other agents that happen to sell twice as many houses as you do. And those other agents are going to be able to teach you and help you grow and get better and sell more houses. And they should latch on to that.
Yeah. It's good stuff. Yeah. No matter where you're at, be seeking out learning, be seeking people that can teach you something, can kind of help take you to another level. Pat, I want to end with this question. It's our final question of the show, which is, you are a big thinker. You've proven that over a masterful career, and now kind of phase 2, chapter 2, which is a significant portion of your career. What would you say would be kind of your secret to continuing to be a big thinker, to continuing to expand Pat Hiban's possibilities?
What would I recommend to people to think bigger? I think that here's the thing: most people don't believe. They don't believe that they can be like. So I'm going to just use the world of real estate agents. You have so many agents that sell, 10 to 20 houses a year, right? And that they think that that's all they want to sell, and that's all they really can sell. Or maybe it's the opposite. It's all they believe that they can sell, so it's all that they actually do sell or will sell. I think if you expand your mind and if you read my book, 6 Steps to 7 Figures, it shows how I expand my mind through affirmations. How basically you can expand your mind and you could see things bigger, right? by surrounding yourself with people who are selling more houses and doing better than you, and also through affirmations and through goal setting and through wanting to actually sell more. You got to want it, then you got to believe that you can do it, and then it's just a matter of the tactical stuff of how to do it and just implementing that. It's really, those are the three major steps if you want to, you know, if you want to go bigger than you already are.
Man, I love it, Pat. You've really simplified it. Number one, you've got to want to actually do more, to think bigger. You've got to believe that you can. And then from there, it gets easier. Right? It's just a matter of finding the people that have done it, finding the knowledge and the network to help you do it. And I'll just put another plug in for Go-bundance.com. If anybody here that is an aspiring millionaire that wants to be in that group, that is the Go-bundance group, where you're in a tribe of millionaires, people who are thinking bigger at a really high level and continuing to help you not build just success, but significance. I'd encourage you to go take a look at that. Pat, it's been a total pleasure. I want to thank you for taking time out of your trip today to pour into us here, the Think Bigger real estate movement. I'm appreciative of you and all that you've given for free into the industry. It's been phenomenal to learn from you over the years. I'm grateful for you. Grateful to be associated with you. And I appreciate it.
Thank you, Justin. Thanks for having me on. Thank you. I apologize for spotty internet. I appreciate you being flexible with that. And it's a blast to come help, and anything you need, just feel free to reach me out. And if you guys will find me, I sold all my social media, a lot of my social media when I sold my podcast. But you know, I'm still around. You can still find me. You go to the Go-bundance.com website, tribeofmillionaires.com. If you want a free book, we're giving the book Tribe of Millionaires away for free. All you got to do is pay the shipping on that. Just go to tribeofmillionaires.com, and through those organizations, then you can have more access to me, and hopefully come to one of our events in the future and meet me, and we can break some bread together.
Sounds great, my friend. All right, thank you, everybody. My final request of everybody listening here today, there are three simple words, and they are go think bigger. Thank you, Pat, for helping us do that today, my friend.
Justin, it's been a blast.